Welcome, race fans, to round number 5 of the NAVSCAR Pro Series racing tonight from Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. We're doing 100 laps at this 2-mile speedway. Super fast, super slick. Looking forward to a great race here tonight. So my name is Michael Fair, and today I'm joined with Jamie Christensen in the booth. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, not too bad. Pretty excited to be out here watching this race out on the West Coast. I think this kind of track really plays into a lot of these guys' wheelhouse, so I think we're going to see some really good racing action going on tonight. I know we're going to have some fast speeds.
Yeah, definitely a step up from last week. It was a pretty eventful race, we'll say that. Looking forward to a little bit different environment here, a lot faster. We're going over 205 miles an hour entering turn 1. Going to be fun to watch, I think. One of my favorite tracks on the circuit.
Yeah, I think it's always a good track to come to. A lot of people like to compare it to Michigan and some of those other larger speedways. One thing to watch tonight, we've got some a little bit warmer temperatures than what we've seen in the past here, running here in previous seasons. So, I think it's just going to make it a little bit slippery in the corners. Guys are going to have to stay off of each other a little bit. Entry and exit is also, going to be an issue as it normally is, but maybe a little bit more so on the exit of the track. So it's something to watch for this evening, as especially when these guys get in traffic, it's gonna really prove to be interesting.
Yeah, and I think we had a 2.5-hour practice session here before the start of the race, and we had guys talking about the loose car, snappy loose off of 4, and that's typical here, but with the temperatures being a lot higher than they were last time we were here, it is definitely much more noticeable. So it's really going to take guys, feathering that throttle, being easy on the wheel, and guys that figure that out, I think, are going to be quick.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's last time we talked about it, the person that actually won this race the last time we were here was Calvin, and now as we heard from him last week, he's not going to be here this week. So.
Yeah, well, we got about 7 minutes left in qualifying. Let's go ahead and take a look at the action on the track right now.
Yeah, it looks like DJ Anderson's really putting some fast laps together. I don't know if that's a combination of him running with some other people. Will Long's, definitely up there. Sean Butler. It's a little bit different group of folks, though, than what we had on the practice session. So, looks like running together with a group is definitely going to play a factor here.
Yeah, drafting is, it's not as relevant, say, as Daytona or Talladega, but it is definitely something that can help your lap here. DJ Anderson was, top 5 car during practice. He's sitting on top of the board right now with a 40.2. All these times, we saw, I think Sean Butler during practice had a 40.124 for practice. So it's a little bit slower, but I think he's going to be happy with a third place finish, or, qualifying run. I don't think he's going to go back out there unless he has to. Right now, I'm surprised, though. I don't see James Skelton right now. Hasn't turned down a lap. He's sitting in 19th. He is in his pit box, so I don't know if something happened, if he never got off, but he is sitting in his pit box.
I actually might think that might be a smart move on his part. We've seen a lot of guys overestimate, the track a little bit, or just the heat in the track. Seen a lot of guys get in the wall already, so maybe he's just waiting for it to clear out a little bit. Yeah,
I'd agree with you, except that one of the rules in NAVSCAR is that you leave your pit box within the first 30 seconds of practice. So he would have left his pit box, and now that he's back in there with no lap time, that tells me that might have had he did run into the wall, or was collected by somebody else during practice. We do have a couple cars
that could be.
We have a couple cars still on the track that haven't turned a lap, that are sitting off the side. Thomas Keane, new with us this week, sitting at the front of pit road waiting for an opportunity to put down a lap here, but he has not yet.
Just going to check some quick statistics here, Mike, so hold on one second.
Yeah, I like statistics. while you're doing that, I'm going to pull up the Battle of the Booth. We're going to take a look and see how we fare. Last week, Dustin took home the win, 46 points for that gentleman right there. Picked the 28, and he did go on to win, so it was a good call by him. You pulled up 39 points, I believe, and I poked up 40.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But I kind of got a pick here in my back pocket, so I'm gonna see if nobody goes with them, and I feel pretty confident about that pick tonight.
Well, let's go ahead. I think you are picking first.
I'm actually going to go with John Fershing Jr. Tonight. It was a real toss-up, honestly, between him, Keith Haney, who's been on a streak here lately, and David Howard Jr. That was kind of what I was thinking. But who are you going with, Mike?
Well, John's a good choice. I think, you know what? I'm going to go with the 951 of DJ Anderson. He was quick during practice. He did put a lot of laps down, so I'm hoping he's comfortable in his car, and I think he's going to be hopefully finishing first here tonight. And Dustin did send me his picks. He's going with the 919 of Sean Butler. Safe bet considering Calvin's not here. I think Sean is just biting at the bit here, trying to get a win, and it could definitely come here tonight.
Absolutely. And while you were sitting there saying that, I do recall seeing James. It might have been his first lap out, but he actually lost it coming out of 4, and that's why he's where he's at.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But he's quick on the track, so I'm sure we'll see him move up the field. He's just got to make sure he keeps those fenders clean. We got about 2.5 minutes before qualifying winds up, and we go live.
Yeah, so Mike, I've been looking at the stat chart here. These guys qualifying, and one guy that was I'm hoping to see a little bit stronger runs out of him is Jack Walls. To be honest with you, if you recall, Jack Walls is our Daytona winner for this season. Bought his or punched his ticket and didn't buy it. Punched his ticket into the chase, first race out of the gate, and I kind of really hoping to see a little bit more out of him. I don't know if he's been struggling lately, or these tracks haven't necessarily been something that's been, again, to use a phrase, in his wheelhouse. But kind of like to see him, put up a nice finish.
Yeah, one thing about having your ticket punch like that, allows you to maybe take some risks that you wouldn't normally take. You're sitting pretty. You're going to be in the finals, so if you take those extra risks, maybe that results in bad finishes than you would if you were trying to get those points of that win. So maybe he's using it to his advantage. Who knows? So we got some viewers already getting called out there by the Allison himself on the broadcast, just letting drivers know that he's got whoever wins tonight, he's got to put an asterisk by their name. Kevin wasn't here to defend his trophy from last season.
Leave it to Calvin and the hooligans who, or the chief hooligan, I might add, put in a comment there.
Ricky Goodman's turning another lap, maybe just trying to get some practice in as he pulls off the track into pit road here. Currently sitting in 11th place. That's a great time. He'll be happy with that 11th place start.
Yeah, that's actually a really good start for Ricky. I think like to see, that's another driver. I was thinking about it tonight, Mike, and I before we got into the broadcast, and we constantly keep talking about the drivers that are doing well or really improved, but we got some really good drivers that just have not. We haven't seen the performance out of them, and that's not a knock on them. It's just I think we got a bigger field here, and I think they're getting. Dealing with more and more competition. But I think with a large field too, some of these guys have been involved with some early on wrecks and really threw them kind of out of the mix.
No, for sure. It's definitely a step up. These last three races have been, record attendance for us, and we're sitting on 33 racers this season, and this race, and believe it or not, that's the lowest we've seen this season. So, lots of competition out on the track, lots of people to contend with, and it makes it a lot more challenging, not only to race well, but to keep your car in good condition, because a lot more opportunities to get taken out. So, qualifying is just rounding up. We'll go ahead and run through the grid as soon as these guys start to grid here. And the pace car's out. Everyone's going to start taking their position on the track. We'll go ahead and run through the grid. Jason Wells gets the pole with a 40.164. That's a pretty good time. Sean Butler was able to go out and improve his first lap time and pick up that second place spot. Thomas Keane, first race with NAVSCAR. He's starting second row, inside row. DJ.
Yeah, he's going to be fast.
Yeah, for sure. I love seeing new drivers in the league. No one really knows, what to expect out of a new driver, so he's definitely got an opportunity to, take advantage of that and maybe race up front real quick here. Row number 4, we got David Howard Jr., Jay Adar. I believe he's new as well in the 933. Daniel Vaglin, row 5, 24, Chris Sharp. Ricky Goodman starting there inside row 6 with Joshua Buckley on the outside. Mark Bratcher in the 946 starting on row 7 alongside Timothy Lewis. Double O Brian Wynn, Daniel Haney, row number 8. Jordan Beck in the 39 of Jeff File, row number 9. Scott Kidd and Butch Frazier sporting his GoPro paint scheme once again on row 10. Mitchell Muma and Tommy Imasi on row number 11. Corey Wharton in the 999 along with Kevin Cochran in the 9 on row 13. James Skelton's starting in that in the 86 car on row number 4 with no lap time there. We got a couple drivers, so all of these drivers did not complete a lap due to incident, so they weren't able to fix their car and they got to start the back of the pack.
Yeah, so, you mentioned, we were talking about Thomas Keane. I've raced with him a couple times over at our sister league, Red Light. He's a fast driver. He's got some good buddies and some racing partners over there. So I think he's going to be a good blend into the competition tonight. He's always runs fast, so I think he's got a lot to bring. The other one, too, Mike, to keep an eye out is Jay Adair. New driver with us. I think he's... for first race in and qualifying in 8th, that's a heck of a showing.
Yeah, 2 new drivers, both starting top 10, so it'll be fun to watch these guys here tonight.
It'll be interesting too, Mike, not to already call out a wreck or anything, but the 4 is awfully slippery here, and we've seen so many cars get loose and find themselves down by pit road or in the infield grass there. It's going to be, if these guys aren't monitoring what's around them and then just easing back into that throttle off of 4, I think we're going to see it early. I'd like to see these guys get away from each other a little bit, honestly, to spread the field out.
I agree. They're going to have to, be cautious here on this first start. Let them get their cars under them, and I think they will spread out as the race goes on if they can stay under green, as the green flag is out.
Man, that's a good looking field, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah, nothing better than watching 35, 40 cars coming across start-finish line on the start of a race.
Yeah, it looks good. We've got some early 2-wide action, as you would expect, coming out of 2. But everybody's just trying to find their spot. I think what gets a little bit interesting with it is, tracks like this, like Indy, when you're trying to hit your marks and you've got a place on the track, when you got somebody right in front of you, that really throws you off, and a lot of times you overdrive that car. As we see some of these guys pushing up high coming out of 4, some of them scraping that wall.
Yeah, I think that wall is probably going to see a lot of paint here tonight.
Ooh, 3 wide action going into 1 and 2. I don't know how long that's going to last. Back there, I'm taking a look at James Skelton. I believe you said it was your pick, right?
No, I picked DJ. I don't think anyone picked
DJ.
James tonight. Which is a little strange. That's a little unusual. James is usually a top pick here. Yeah, I got a big group of cars all the way back through. Everyone's doing a pretty good job here, lap 3.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these guys are really staying off of each other, giving each other room, and that's a nice part about Auto Club is it is such a wide track. I think it'll get a little bit interesting. I think what we were asking for, it looks like it's coming true, in that they're just kind of staying off each other, trying to find their groove out there. But, as the tires wear down, we're going to see guys start coming up the track a little bit, just trying to cool off the tires and just try a different line to find a little bit more traction around here.
Timothy Lewis on the outside right now. He's got, I believe, the 946 of Mark Bratcher looking on the inside here.
We were talking about James Skelton, but he is our biggest mover so far in the race, up 11 positions. So hopefully he'll be able to keep coming through the field. Another one that's been moving up is Mitch Muma. Mitch has been able to move up about 7 positions there, but not going to win the race on the first lap, and so he's just kind of taking it easy and just picking them off one at a time.
Yeah, 100 laps. It's not a super long race, but it's not short by any means. You definitely, you want to let cars get spread out and then concentrate one at a time, and I think that's what guys are doing here. So,
Mike, while we got a little time here, one driver I think we need to highlight a little bit is Brian Wynn. I don't know if you had seen a while back his comment he had on Facebook there, doing a little social media. Says the only time he gets on NRN is when he's wrecking. So, I'd like to see that car in pristine condition.
Yeah, it looks good right now. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Brian is hungry for a win. The guys at the WOW team and the CRC team, they're really searching, I think. Haven't seen any of the drivers in Victory Lane this year.
Yeah, they've, we've only seen 2 different drivers in Victory Lane this year. We have an opportunity to see a third, so... but yeah, that WOW team has been strong in the past, as Brian just puts it in the wall a little bit there, but keeps a hold of it, and it's going forward. I'm glad we got that car looking nice and clean on the broadcast before he decided to take the right side off.
Yeah, he's definitely off the pace. Maybe we get some statistics on him.
Looking back up front, the 929 right now putting pressure on DJ Anderson in the 951. They're all 3 cars right now battling for second. Sean Butler is up front. That's where I expected him to see him early on. He's going to now want to be consistent and really take care of those tires. I think you're going to see cars really wearing that right front, because if you get into the corner a little bit hot, you're really turning the wheel more than you should be, and that right front tire will wear down really quick, and we'll see guys struggle. So I think it's going to be about tire wear here tonight if they continue to go green.
Yeah, so just to give you an idea of timing, the slowest car on the track ran a 42.084. That was Randy McCaney. And our leader ran a 40.821 that last lap. So, almost closing in almost 2-second difference there in just speeds.
Mike Abbott's looking on the 2 car of Joshua Buckley here, battling for 9th place, as Mike is going to look inside. Let's see if he can keep that car down and make this pass. Looks like he's going to do a good job there. The 2 keeps it off the wall. coming across the start finish line. Well, Josh was able to fight back with the run off the floor there.
Somebody you might want to keep your eye on, though, Mike, is Will Long. He last lap, or sorry, 2 laps ago, he ran the fastest lap on the track, faster than our leader. This time, Sean Butler was a little bit faster there, but Will is making his way towards the front. He's kind of just holding his own here in 5th.
I think, we're 9 laps in. Guys were joking that they had 3 laps on tires here during practice. So I think at this point, I think everyone's happy where they are. They're just holding on until we can get some new tires in it. I didn't catch what a fuel run was. Probably about 35, maybe even 40 laps here.
Yeah, and just also we talked about James Skelton being the biggest mover on the track. The second biggest mover right now is John Furshing Jr. up 13 positions as he just takes that position from Ricky Goodman there. So should we talk about who's lost most track position, Mike?
Well, that's mean. We got some good racing going on here right now with James Skelton as he goes by Timothy Lewis. He's now got his sights on the 2 car, but he's got quite a bit of gap between him and the 2 car. 2 seconds to make up. So, yeah, go ahead. Who do you want to shame?
Jordan Beck. Jordan Beck is he's lost the most positions. He was down 10. And is currently down 10 positions from where he started out. So hopefully he can do a nice little rebound. Maybe he's just kind of getting things squared away. Maybe he wants to run in the back.
I was going to say, Jordan, it's all strategy. I don't put it past Jordan to be being smart where he wants to be, and he'll be back up front in that hooligan 04 car in no time.
Absolutely.
Dan Vegland right now is putting the pressure on the 24 of Chris Sharp going into turn 1.
You know who we haven't seen a whole lot of, Mike, is Nate LaFleur. Nate has been dominant for quite some time now, and just this last season, I don't know. I thought I had heard that he was having some mechanical problems there, and they were just trying to get that sorted out, but. Nate's a really good driver, and I just haven't seen him even crack that top 10.
Yeah, he definitely was having some issues early in the season. I think they might have gotten some of that sorted out. I know he was racing in the garage at his dad's place, so to speak, not in his normal rig. So might have just been uncomfortable, frustrated, but 20th right now, and he's looking at Ricky Goodman for that 19th spot.
But he is up 10 positions from where he started out. So, I mean, he is moving forward. I'm kind of used to seeing him closer to mid-pack to the upper pack there. So, I'll have to keep an eye out on him.
Back up front to the 24 car, Dan Vagel was able to get around him. And right now, 24 is sitting in 8th place. We can see lap times are falling off quite a bit as tires wear off here. Sean Butler.
Yeah, Sean?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, Sean, maybe just like you were, Sean continues to go ahead and just kind of lay the laps down. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Kevin Harvick, just doing work, putting in laps.
Yeah, it's 14 laps in. That's what you're going to do. But he's probably one of the better drivers I've seen so far, using the entire track. Like he's going down on the line and then drifting up off of 4 and really getting every inch of real estate. Oh, we got a yellow.
Looks like Jay Adair with some issues there in the 933.
Let's see if we can take a look what happened here.
Yeah, just listening to a little radio traffic here, Mike. Listen to John over the radio. Sounds like just came out of the corner, hit the wall, and just got loose and let go on him. Looks like Bruce Potter's involved as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Just bounced it off the wall there, and oh, Bruce. Yeah, it looked like he missed him there, but yeah, close call. But yeah, that's exactly what happened. You know, we're lap 16, tires are going to get worn out, and we're going to see some loose cars, and just bounced it off the wall there. It's unfortunate for John to get caught up in that. He's going to have to use a quick repair.
Yeah, and again, the radio traffic sounds like his spotter and some other drivers are giving him a little bit of hard time for messing up that paint scheme. If you notice, he looks like he's running a Dale Earnhardt Goodwrench Chevrolet, even though he's in a Toyota paint scheme.
Yeah, what? Yeah. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, so they're all going to get ready to pit. Pit road's going to be a busy place.
Let's bring up the race off pit road overlay and see what kind of lap times these guys get as they come down. We can see the 86 is currently in the box. Everyone's in pretty cleanly here. We got cars disappearing on my screen. That's interesting.
Well, you're not alone there. That's happening on mine as well. Some real tight battles coming off pit road.
We've got some really quick stops, maybe 4-second stops. I don't know if that's because of the glitch in there or not. Ricky Goodman did stay out, so he is currently leading the race. Probably going to get himself a bonus point.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, but I'm going to go with Will Long. We only went with 2. Might have to go back and check that. I'm just looking at their pit stops times, and most of them did like a 12 to 14 seconds. He was pretty quick.
And Rick's going to come in, but I don't believe he would have led that lap, so not sure why he decided not to come in and then come in the second time.
So you said you chose DJ Anderson, right?
I did.
Yeah, he's actually got the fastest speed out there of any driver right now, with a top speed of 202.5. So he's putting down some pretty fast laps. The second quickest is actually Mitch Muma at 202 flat.
Well, that's encouraging. He's currently sitting in second place behind the pick of Dustin. The 919 of Sean Butler is on the inside there, which is consistent. We'll see how these restarts go, as these guys are double up. Lights are off.
Yeah, James Skelton was the only other 202 mile an hour driver. So 3 of them that last one. I'm also noticing the 933 is not using that quick repair. He looks like he's still got some of that damage from the previous run. He doesn't want to use it just now. Hopefully he'll be able to stick with the draft as we see him come out awfully early out onto the track and then back onto the apron, so that's good.
All right, pace cars in. These guys are going to take the second green flag of the race. DJ gets a great start on the outside row there.
Yeah, he's going to want to get out in front of Sean quickly. Ooh, getting loose back there.
Cars are bunching up as the 917 looked like he got a little bit loose, but gets it collected. Mike Abbott of the 82 is right now outside of the 11 of the Will Long, looking good in that Bunny's Vape Lounge, I believe, car. It looks great.
Yeah, a lot of these drivers are using the whole track here, just looking for an opportunity to get around the guy in front of them. See him 3 wide coming into 1.
Yeah, I love the wide tracks, man. This in Michigan, you can run 3 wide, and when you're on new tires like this, and you can control the car, you definitely feel like you can run 3 wide no problem. You just got to be careful about that back end coming out on exit. John Fursing racing really hard in the 11th position after using that quick repair. Right now, he's in a box, man. Like, he's got nowhere to go.
Yeah, John's definitely got his hands full with drivers all around him, so it's definitely going to want to be cognizant of what's going on in front of him as he's just approaching. Looks like Will Long there in the 11.
James maybe has a little bit of contact with the 11 there, but no harm, no foul as John's watching this happen right in front of him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him 3 wide here at some point. I'm not sure how much John wants to push the issue. He might want to see if he can get around him without any incident. Skelton just running them tight down there. Keeping those guys pinned down. I don't know about you, Mike, but as a driver, when you get pinned down like that, it just totally throws your game off a little bit because you can't get the line that you want going into those corners. It affects the handling of the car. You got to back up your your line in even a little bit more so you don't go up into them.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think James is absolutely aware of how it makes them feel on the inside. Let's keeps them slow. Prevents them from pulling away from you on the
and
inside.
Look at this.
Like that.
3 wide. John makes it 3 wide.
Look at that. Going into 1. Let's see how they do here. They backed it down the 11, let the position go.
Yeah. Pershing Jr. just totally takes advantage of it.
Now he's looking
Will's
like he's
fighting back, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was awfully close. I get Will comes down on the 15 a little bit, tries to push him down, but thinks better of it and stays a little bit higher. Maybe just didn't know that he was there until the spotter told him. So. Fursing loose coming out of 4. Collects it, and he's back out on the track. Doesn't go into the grass, but that was close. Definitely lost some positions here. Just got a crowd behind him coming to take his spot. I thought he was going around Mike.
He did save that car pretty well. He will. He's happy about that considering he has no quick repairs, and I'm sure that he'll get it collected and get himself back in line and work his way back up to the front. As we look up front, DJ Anderson still leading Sean Butler, but Sean is now putting the pressure on that 951 car.
Yeah, and now that you mention that, you could see Sean take the air off the 951. He gets real loose. DJ Anderson gets real loose entering the corner, which has kind of surprised me. He had to kind of let off the gas a little bit awkwardly, or just kind of make his adjustment a little bit differently than maybe what he wanted to.
Even Sean did catch the apron there a little bit with his front left tire there and upset the car, but he collected it. But you can see that resulted in DJ pulling away just a little bit.
Yeah, but up with that 929 Thomas Keene, I told you he was fast. He's right on Sean's bumper. Just, I don't know, you got a mirror full of somebody in your rearview mirror like that really just kind of irks you after a little while.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we can see that entry corner speed over 200 miles an hour as he gets it off the gas and coasts it through the corner. And I think the key here is getting back on the gas as soon as you can, but you can't just floor it. You got to kind of ease into it, keep that back end in line.
Who do you think was the fastest lap there?
I hope you're going to tell me.
Thomas Keene. Thomas Keene had the fastest lap, following those 2 in front of him, but he's definitely coming at it. You kind of wonder, with him being that close to Sean's bumper, you got to wonder if he isn't just a tad bit faster.
Oh yeah, for sure. Drafting in that third position is going to let that car be a little bit quick, but it's also going to make that car tight on entry just because you're carrying that extra speed and you lose a little bit of downforce on the front end of the car. But right now they're making do with it, and I think these guys are happy with just staying in line. As I say that, Sean pulls out and is looking to make a pass.
So the junior Whopper's up 18 positions. Nate LaFleur up 19. He's kind of flirting there with Will Long. Looks like Will didn't want to give him the position right away.
All three cars down to the apron. They're flirting with that flat surface there on the bottom.
Yeah, and this track isn't so bad when it comes to, using that apron, if you will, going across the start-finish line. Some are a little bit harder on the car, a little bit harder through the transition. But, yeah, I think we're going to see some guys use it tonight.
Nate LaFleur up to 11th position. Does put the pass on the 11 Will Long there. Now he's got the 24 in sights, and he's going to be moving on up there. John Fershing is up to 14th after that recovery, and he's looking to make a pass here for that 13th position.
And I think we have a new leader.
Oh yeah, we were watching that. We watched that pass happen, and now Sean is going to be looking to gap the 951 of DJ a little bit here, but DJ's got to keep his head in the game because Thomas is right on him.
We do have to give a shout out to that 9 car, Kevin Cochran. Notice he's running the old junior paint scheme tonight.
Yeah, I like that bright paint scheme he's running there. Yeah, for those that don't know, man, Kevin is our media guy. He does a great job putting those blog posts up every week, and has been doing some stuff on Facebook. And check out his channel, man. He usually posts his own in-car stuff as well over on his YouTube feed.
Yeah, we know just following him on social media there, he was definitely putting in some seat time to get ready for this race. I know he was wanting to have a really good night tonight, so hopefully that's going to pay off for him. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at those that are way back in the field. Let's check out like 29th through 32nd. Like, we got Butch Frazier running 32nd. Butch, always a contender. A little surprised he's back there. I don't know if he had some issues earlier, but
definitely some damage on the rear of that car. Looks like that right side quarter panel is crumpled in.
Yeah, and then, just in front of him, we got Jack Walls. We talked about him a little bit earlier, winning the Daytona race. Kind of like to see him move up as well, too. In 30th, we got Corey Wharton. Corey, he was on a rampage there the last time he ran with us. I know he's been caught in some incidents here recently, but, hopefully he'll be making his way up towards the front.
Yeah, I did believe he dropped to the back of on the start. Not sure why, but his car looks pretty good. He's looking to turn some laps there.
Yeah, and just in front of him, we got Kevin O'Brien, our friend from Down Under, running in 29th. Nice showing by Kevin right now. Kevin's had it play out in his favor too, running in the back in the past. Been able to score a top 10. By just avoiding the incidents, to be quite honest with you. So maybe that's what he's looking to do tonight as well.
That Goodwrench Toyota is
Chev
Yoda is back on the track in 28th position.
Yeah, he's got to really. He's hoping for a caution here. He's got to almost just reset. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're lap 34, so lots of racing to go. We might see one here. At some point we're gonna have to talk about green flag. Oh, looks like that Kevin Cochran just bounced off the wall there a little bit, but still up to speed. Sorry, I was saying that we're going to have to be talking about green flag stops, and if anything was going to bring out a caution, it would be a green flag stop, so we'll have to see what happens when we get to that point. Back up front, Sean Butler has put up just about 3/4 of a second on the 929 of Thomas Keane, who was able to, looks like, get around DJ Anderson, and Jason Wells as well got around DJ as he's back in 4th place.
I also noticed we're a Haney short tonight. It looks like Keith didn't make the race. We got Dan Haney in here. Dan's having a pretty good run.
Yeah, Keith looks like he got the car to the track, but no laps turned, so...
You know, another one we haven't talked about, but I'm pretty impressed with the last couple of showings, has been the 925 of Dan Vigeland. You know, running out of the Midwest, not necessarily known for its producing a lot of drivers, but he's been having a great run these last couple races, and you know, enjoying a top 10 here right now as we run.
Yeah, he's does, you know, not without pressure, as James Skelton is looking to make a pass on him here. Right up on his bumper.
Letting him know he's there. You know, I think he's going to try to get under him going into the corner and just take that position.
Yeah, riding on board right now with James. 197.98 miles an hour going into turn 1.
Yeah, I think Dan just had a little bit better line there. Going in, he was able to carry the speed through the corner a little bit better, and then, you know, utilize that on the exit. But we'll check it again here going into 1.
Yeah, right now Dan is definitely getting a little bit of gap there on the backstretch. It's running a little bit higher line on entry for sure. James closes that gap pretty well, but we'll see how Dan pulls off for.
So I got to ask, because I have a theory about this. You're always about theories, right?
Yeah.
Conspiracy theory. So here's my thought. So you recall before some of the changes that they did, you could just really draft up to somebody close, especially like at a Daytona or a Talladega, and then they implemented a change, and you don't really see that anymore. So there's some people that have a theory that you. To get that run like you did before, you actually run the guy in front of you with your car halfway out. So you're not tucked in behind them. You're actually got the car either a little bit to the right of them or a little bit to the left of them. What are your thoughts on that and trying to make the most out of the draft here?
Well, last time I was on a super speedway, for sure, you definitely wanted to jog the car in front of you. You didn't want to be right behind. And you found that the car sucked up a lot better. I'm sure that they see some of that here as well. I think that the cars just draft a little bit harsher than they did because of the low downforce package. I think that, you know, the cars aren't upsetting the air as much as they used to because of the low downforce, and that's going to prevent the cars from really taking advantage of that disturbance in the air. But, you know, you never know with iRacing. It changes up every couple weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and another interesting thing that I haven't heard too many drivers complain about, you know, Auto Club isn't exactly the smoothest track, especially in 1 and 2. Depending on your entry into that corner, you'll definitely feel those bumps in there, and it has a tendency to disrupt the car, get it loose when you're not expecting it. And I haven't heard too many drivers complain about it, so maybe not so much of an issue tonight, but definitely something to watch out for. It's
definitely one of the bumpier tracks. I know, you know, with NASCAR going to this weekend, I'm sure you'll hear a lot of the drivers saying that it's a rough surface. It's a lot bumpier than Michigan, but being, you know, iRacing, you don't feel it as much, so I guess you don't complain about it as much.
Sure. You know, and to continue that with NASCAR going to California this week, my money is on Batman. I'm just throwing that out there right now. So
yeah, mine too. I think Batman's definitely going to beat Superman.
Absolutely.
And why is he Superman? Why are we calling him? Because he's won 5 championships. Does that make him super?
Maybe because he was won 6.
Oh, I guess I guess 6 it is. He still hasn't won 7, and Earnhardt has won 7. Give me a break. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I hear you. But I don't know if you follow either one of those guys on Twitter, but they've been having a Twitter battle today. They keep posting memes and other things at each other, trying to already get into the other driver's mind.
Nice. I'll have to check that out. I love great rivalry goes on between those two guys, and I love watching them have fun, especially with the kind of stuff that they do over at Hendricks. It'll be a good race, I think.
Yeah, the other thing to check out is they had both pit crews in capes. Jimmy Johnson's in the Superman cape. All their pit guys changed the tire with the cape on, and likewise for Dale Jr. in the Batman cape. So you have to definitely check it out.
I'd love to see them do that during the race.
That would, you know how dangerous.
Yeah, it would probably be a little dangerous, right? Catch a cape on a fender
as it's passing by.
DJ's back up to second place. Looks like this tire wear is really starting to affect these drivers. This is the longest run of the race so far. As we came back to green, it was lap 18. We're now lap 43. So, we put 25 laps on these tires. You can see how spread out the field is.
Yeah, and that's where these guys got to be extra careful. As as the viewers are watching, the grid and ticker go by, you see some of these guys on the bubble, like Josh Buckley. He's just kind of got to watch what he's doing here. He wants a good, solid finish, secure a better position. He doesn't want to be on that bubble. He wants to, obviously make up a few spots here. And tonight is one of those nights that he could do it. Looks like Chris Sharp too. Might be another one of those drivers that just got to mind his P's and Q's out there and get a good finish at the end of the race.
So, the leader was, his fastest lap of the race is a 40.3. They're now running 42.2. So they're like 2 seconds off the pace here with these worn tires. Do you think drivers are considering short pitting and coming in and getting new tires?
I could see him coming in. I don't know. When you're referring to the short pitting, you're coming in with just for 2 or just
coming in for
early?
tires before you need to come in for gas.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see different crew chiefs and teams here play different strategies. It might work to their favor, but I don't know. If I'm going to do that, I wouldn't have done it now. I don't know what pitting 2 laps early is going to get you this early in the race. We got quite a few laps left. I think if I want to be off schedule, I want to be really off schedule.
As Sean comes in, he's the first one down. We've got a couple takers coming in. We'll see if they take 2 or 4, but I have a feeling they're going to take 4. Green flag stop. Haven't said that for a couple weeks, I don't think.
No, but it's good to see, and that's what we're kind of expecting. We're hoping that Auto Club would be able to bring that out, spread that field out a little bit, get people off each other's bumper.
Sean locks it up and just burns a little bit through his pit box, has to reverse. Don't think it's going to hurt him too much. We'll see how these cars come off. Looks like 4 tires for Sean. Looks like 4 tires for everyone behind him as well. He's got that nice exit there.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of radio traffic where drivers are calling out that they're pitting, so definitely see the field cycle through here.
Oh, we have a car spinning, I think.
Big damage on the 15 here. Big damage.
See if we can watch that replay. 15. Oh yeah, just some contact there.
Yeah, with the 998.
John does a great job saving that car.
Yeah, but that damage, he's got some pretty considerable damage on that front end of that car now. We did hear some apologies come across the air for that, but there was no response. Um, which sometimes, if you don't have anything good to say, you might not want to say anything at all.
The 998 of Mitchell Muma is currently in first place. Looks like he's coming in right now for his pit stop.
And I don't see a whole lot of damage on his car either.
No, it looked pretty clean.
See if I can get a better view of John's car. For a second there, I thought there was some damage, but it looks pretty decent from what I'm seeing right now.
Looks like pit stops are just about finished. We got about 5 cars that have not yet pit. Kevin Cochran, I believe, is coming in, or will be coming in soon for his pit stop. Ricky Goodman's still on the track as well.
Just took a look at John's car, and he's just got a little dent in there right underneath the spoiler. I don't think that's going to affect the car in any way.
Yeah, his right side is pretty bent in. His fender behind that right front tire is pretty buckled, but he's still turning pretty quick laps. The last lap was a 41.1. Corey Ward,
and I don't believe he's come in, has he?
Not since the wreck, no.
Corey Wharton, our leader. I haven't said that in a while. Yeah, I am kind of curious as to how many laps these guys that haven't pitted yet, how many more laps they still got left in that car.
Well, that's what I was saying, right? I think the tires fall off way sooner than your gas here. And I think the people that came in anticipated that there would be a caution. And there hasn't been, and that's super impressive. These guys have been doing a great job right now. Sean Butler, I think, is the leader of the cars that have not pit. Ricky Goodman, Kevin Cochran, Daniel Haney, and Corey Wharton have still yet to pit.
And we expected Ricky to be out there the longest because, you know, we did notice that him come in and pit after everyone else. And I just heard on the radio that he's pitting now, so...
Who did you hear that was pitting? Ricky Goodman?
Yep.
Coming in right now as Sean drives by him on the outside.
We had a driver with a black flag out there, too, for speeding. I think that was in the 946 of Mark Bratcher. I think he may be coming back.
And after the cycle, Sean Butler is out front. 929 of Thomas Keane, second place with 1.4 seconds behind Sean. DJ Anderson is 3.5 seconds behind the leader. Jason Wells, fourth place, 3.5 seconds behind the leader. And James Skelton, 5 seconds behind the leader. So they've really spread out here.
Yeah, a lot of drivers maybe seeing debris, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure their spotters are calling over the radio. Some good racing on the track right now going on for 12th place as Mitchell is going under the 24 of Chris Sharp. Mark Bratcher's drafting real tight to the 11th car of William Long, also for position here.
Yeah, they're definitely on radio communication between the two of them right now, just discussing who's got the better line and who's faster. So definitely a pair to watch as they're running pretty hard right now.
Yeah, Mark is, we're riding in-car right now with the 946 of Mark Bratcher. Playing with that throttle on the entry there, trying to get every bit of speed he can down in there. Listen to his throttle control as we go into 4.
Looks like he's going to try to make the move. A lot of room given there. They can't play around too long though, Mike. You know, they got guys that are seeing this happen in front of them and are happy to see it because they can close the distance as a result.
Yeah, Mitchell's definitely got that pass done. Good job there.
You know, Chris Sharp, Josh Buckley are watching this happen in front of them. You know, they're just licking their chops. So. Yeah, there's several guys looking for a caution. You know, Dan Haney being one of them, being the first car lap down, wants to get that lucky dog to get his lap back.
Yeah, I think you spoke just a little bit too late there. Jack Wells is now the first car lap down as Sean just put the pass on him, and it's tough because Sean is now lapping cars, you know, pretty consistently. So it's definitely tough to be that first car lap down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's frustrating too. You know, you're doing everything you can do to get your car to handle the way you want, be able to hit your marks the way you want, and next thing you know, you're getting passed by the leader, and now you got to fight your way back into this to even have a shot to get a top 10 finish.
Well, we still got 43 laps to go. I still think we're gonna see these cars tighten back up because of a caution, but we'll see here. Definitely, I think we got to pit it one more time.
So I gotta ask, you know, because we might see it tonight if somebody gets the opportunity, because it's definitely a track where you can pull up right behind somebody going into the corner, you know, and we've seen it at the race in Phoenix. I'm curious if, you know, you're Carl Edwards and then Kevin Harvick, you seen Edwards go a little light, I think, on Harvick. He could have easily pushed him out of the way, but you think we're going to see that tonight? A little bump and run?
I think it's a lot tougher here to do a bump and run because you don't have, like, it's easy to do a bump and watch the guy spin out and run. That might happen, but to do a bump and run and push him up the track, I think it's a little bit more difficult at this track because of the high speeds.
Would you agree that if you're going to do the bump and run, you better have the speed to get out of there?
Yeah, see, that's the thing, right? You got to be able to turn left and get out of the way, but you know, we'll see how close these guys are at the end of this race. These guys are definitely going to battle for a position if there's a car around them.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, though. If you make that bump and run, you get out in front, and you lose speed or they catch back up to you, you know what's coming.
Yeah, no, for sure. You can't, if you're going to do it, you got to do it late enough in the game that you're securing yourself a victory. Mitch Muma's looking on the inside of the 11 of Will Long there. Drop down makes the pass entering 3.
You know who's having a good run tonight is Mike Abbott. Good to see, you know, I know we've talked about him a little bit, but, Mike Abbott in that 82, up to 8th position, real good showing tonight.
Yeah, car's looking real nice and good shape, so and he's turning some pretty quick laps. His last lap was right there with the leader. Actually, second and third place are a little bit quicker than the leader there, but yeah, these guys are still being pretty competitive with their lap times.
No teammate tonight either, I see.
Yeah, he is a lone racer there tonight.
Yeah, I was hoping to be able to just find some quick stats here about Auto Club, but like I said, Kelvin Allison was our last winner here. Craig Sykes had the pole, so and we went 100 laps again December 16th when it came to that race. I was just trying to see real quick what was the kind of lap times we were seeing if they were in comparison.
Is there any information about the amount of cautions they had there?
Yeah, I'll go back and see if I can find something here real quick.
Cars are definitely spread out pretty nicely here. Everyone's working their own race. No real big battles going on. Mark Bratcher looks like he's battling here for position. There you go. He is blipping around there as we see him bounce off the wall there. It looks like he's having some connection issues. Everyone's got to give him a little bit of room. Don't want to be net coding into him. David Howard Jr. right now is right behind the 86 of James Skelton. Applying a little bit of pressure here.
So to answer your question, Mike, we had in the last race here, we had 18 lead changes and 2 cautions with 10 different leaders.
Wow.
And Kelvin led 100 laps.
How long was the race?
100 laps, same as it is tonight.
Well, then how do we have so many leaders if he led 100 laps?
I don't know. I'm just reading to you verbatim what Dan Lisa is telling me. So
There must be an error there somewhere.
Oh, sorry, laps led. 40 is 40. Leave it to me. Sorry.
Okay.
To make it even more confusing than it needed to be, Kelvin led 48 of the 100.
Perfect. That makes more sense.
Yes, with James Skelton and Nelson Rivera leading the majority of the others.
Well, James Skelton right now is sitting 6th place, looking. He's going to go by the. Oh, that was a lap car, I believe, but still looking to work on the 946. Sorry, working on the 917 of David Howard in 5th position.
So just for comparison, just what weather does to the track and the driving, they were running 37 fours pretty consistently around this track in December, and now we're running consistently in the 40s.
Yeah, that's crazy. You make the track a little bit slicker and a little bit warmer, and it's a lot more challenging to drive. But so far, man, I think everybody on track has been doing a great job. A lot of guys have speed. Some guys more than others, but we haven't had any of that crazy style of racing that we did last week. DJ Anderson right now, they're going to go 3 wide. Thought about going 3 wide, but didn't. He's going to move to the high side. DJ's getting frustrated trying to work through these. I believe both of these cars are a lap down. No, just the 983 is a lap down. DJ's trying to get around him because he's fighting for position with the 929 of Thomas Keane. And the longer he gets stuck behind this lap car, harder it is going to, basically watch Sean just drive away. Sean's now 3 seconds ahead of 2nd place.
Yeah, and Sean's not going to let up. I mean, Sean is very consistent as well. Again, we've talked about him week after week. He's got that style where he's just sitting, and the mindset where he just he gets in a rhythm, and other drivers just have to contend with him week after week.
You know, where we are now in the race, we could see some fuel strategy play out here. Sean might be monitoring that as well with that 3-second gap. He may, you know, even want to conserve fuel, but I'm not sure where these guys are. I think everyone's going to have to come in and pit. As DJ is now looking on the inside of that lap car. Let's see if he can make that pass stick here. Not quite clear. Not able to drift up in front of that car. Looks like Thomas is looking to possibly taking advantage of it here. How frustrating is that when you're in second place and you know you got a lap car that's just racing you real hard there?
Well, the reason why I wasn't responding right away is because there was some radio traffic there. Is Thomas Keene is actually trying to get a hold of his spotter to cut him some slack, and it doesn't appear that he's going to have any of that.
Yeah, it looks like the 983 did drift up a little, let these cars go, so now they are fighting for position, and they get by that lap car.
So here's the thing, and we've heard about it before. You know, I hear where he's coming from, but he also doesn't necessarily need to move over for him either, though.
No, man, it's, you know, you got to race people the way that you want to be raced. I guarantee you, DJ has now made a mental note. You know, he's racing me hard and he's a lap down, but there's no rule that says he's got to get out of the way. They were racing clean there. There was nothing there that, you know, I didn't like seeing. But that doesn't mean it's not frustrating for a driver. It's super frustrating. Yeah,
as Jack is just right back on his bumper again, and he's not going away. There was never a response on the radio from Jack or the spotter, but I think Jack's just doing this thing.
Yeah, he's fast, man. If he's fast, he's going to get out there and race like he's fast.
Yeah, and he's running a little bit higher line, which allows him to carry some speed on the exit. And we kind of see him close the gap. It looks like, looks like DJ kind of goes out to the outside and
well, DJ's up higher. We're now looking at Thomas in the 929 car, but there is definitely some damage on the outside of that 929 car as Jack goes in and makes that pass on the inside pretty easily.
Yeah, but the Thomas Keene just went into the wall there.
And a whole bunch of people pitted. I was wondering where everyone went.
Yeah, Thomas Keene into the wall. He's got some pretty good damage on there on the right-hand side.
Yeah, he's had it for a while. Are you watching replay?
No.
Oh, okay. He's had the damage for at least 4 laps.
It might have been because I had to go back, so I believe I'm current now. Sorry about that. Actually, I was just doing it to throw you off.
Yeah, okay, cool, because you did a good job. I'm like, what's he talking about? And it looks like Thomas
Keene come in.
He's coming in too, yeah. .28 laps to go. Second round of green flag stops here.
So I think Sean Butler is really going to pad his stats with laps led so far this season. He's going into today's race. He had 81 laps led across the 4 races we've had so far. So he's definitely going to pad his stats a little bit tonight.
Definitely, I think he's going to be looking to bring it home and not just pad his lead stats. He wants to bring this win home, and he's in good shape right now as long as he can keep it clean and maybe avoid a caution here. Just 3 cars have yet to pit. We got Chris Sharp in first place, the 999 in second, and Bruce Potter in third. All these guys trying to hold on and get a lap just to get some bonus points. Chris Sharp was able to get a lap there. He's going to get him a bonus point today. Potter running that Atlanta Braves MLB paint scheme this week.
Well, I'm showing Chris Sharp, our leader. He's, again, kind of wondering how long he's going to stretch that one out.
Yeah, he's got himself 2 laps now. He's picked up those bonus points. He'll probably come in and get some tires soon. I don't think there's any point in waiting now. 25 laps to go. You want to get those fresh tires as quick as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, those guys are going to start gaining on him here pretty soon. So, if they aren't already. As looks like we see him duck in there. Awfully hot.
Ooh, smokes the tires there. Locks him up, but looks like he probably got it down. Corey Wharton's still on the track. Going to lead that lap.
Yeah, unfortunately, Auto Club isn't really forgiving when it comes to giving drivers cautions to reset the field. You know, like we talked about, only 2 cautions the last time we were here, and now tonight we've only had 1, right?
Yeah, only 1. And looks like the 999 is going to come down and get himself 4 fresh ones. Maybe the last time he'll be on pit road here tonight. That's going to cycle Sean Butler back to the lead. Now, it's going to be interesting to see the gap from first to second. Jason Wells sitting in second place, 2.5 seconds back. DJ Anderson third, 3.2 seconds back. James Skelton top 4, David Howard fifth. Still a lot of gaps between cars. No one really battling for position that I can see.
Yeah, there's a significant gap throughout the field. I mean, even the second place car there of Jason Wells is, you know, what, 2.5 seconds back? I mean, just the distance between the first place car and the 10th place car is 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's what 60 laps of green flag, you know, racing with 2 pit stops will do to you.
I don't know about you, but I don't know if you've ever watched some of those old Daytona races where, you know, there was no, you had the best car. I mean, you were leading by, you were out there by your own. I mean, it'd be kind of frustrating after a while if you didn't have a good car.
Yeah, and this kind of racing, you know, as much as I like seeing that guys can keep it together, the drivers, it can be kind of, you know, I don't want to say boring, but mundane. Everyone likes to be in a battle, and I'm sure we should take this time to look at our schedule. We are going to, our next race is going to be at Martinsville, so that's going to be an interesting one for sure. We got a week off next week, so we won't be racing here next week. But 2 weeks from now, on the 30th, I believe, we will be racing at Martinsville Speedway. And man, 35, 40 cars on Martinsville. What do you think?
Wow,
right?
That Calamity Corner, maybe. But let's go back and see who was our last winner at Martinsville. So at Martinsville, the last winner actually was Trent Potter.
Trent Potter, awesome. I think could we see a repeat?
I don't. Maybe.
You're like, oh, I don't think so. Probably not. Well, I think that the one thing about Martinsville, man, anybody can win at Martinsville.
Well, Trent's not racing tonight, right?
There's definitely a Potter on the track. Bruce is.
Yeah, Bruce Potter's on the track, but James Skelton actually had the pole there.
That's also with a modified qualifying. I don't think we had open qualifying there, did we?
It was October 21st is the last time we ran there.
We
so.
might have.
Yeah, I believe we did.
Right now, I was going to say the closest battle on the track right now is between the 5th of David Howard Jr., the 5th place David Howard Jr., and 6th place Dan Vaglin. about 0.3 seconds back, so still a bit of a gap between these two cars.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of radio traffic out of the 94, out of Kevin O'Brien, and taking a look at his car, he's got some significant damage on there. Looks like he's put it in the wall a couple times. He's trying to communicate, let people know not to run him hard going into the corners, give him room. He's definitely a little bit slower. He's going to run that high line, so...
So we got some suggestions from the YouTube chat that we should adapt a caution clock like they do in the Truck Series.
There's a reason why it's in the Truck Series,
right?
And I don't think it would be a really good fit here.
No, I don't think drivers would be too happy about it. Right now, maybe a couple drivers would actually be happy about it, but most of the time.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, you know, you mentioned Martinsville. I'm like, ooh, it's going to be easy to go a lap down, or it's going to be easy to get your car torn up and use your quick repair. I'm guessing within the first 2 laps.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see a lot of cars using quick repairs, but we'll definitely see a lot of cars torn up. I don't think guys will waste their quick repairs unless they blow an engine at Martinsville. We'll see how it goes. It's definitely going to be an experience.
That's so eloquently put. An experience. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty interesting. You know, short track, short temper. We always talk about it. Bristol's no different. Even though I think Bristol, there's a little bit more room out there, but and not by much. But Martinsville is awfully tight and it's flat, and
you got that curb on the inside too.
Yeah, and people take advantage of that, of going into the corners, because if you're not as fast as assuming that you're running clean, you both are running clean, and the guy behind you is faster than you, you can pretty much guarantee there's a bumper gonna occur there, you know, bumper to bumper. So
yep, and that's you know, running the guy off the bottom, running him, you know, pushing him into the corner so he drifts the corner and then you drop down. It's, you know, it's a move that has been perfected among NASCAR drivers for the last 20 years. So
yeah, I don't think you're going to be hearing a whole lot of door bumper clear at that track.
Yeah,
at least not right away. Yeah, and Sean just keeps continuing to put these guys a lap down.
Yeah, he's just consistent. He is the fastest car in the top 10 right now. Actually, I lied. David Howard Jr. is about half a tenth faster. But yeah, with a 3.5 second gap right now, he's looking to bring it home with 14 laps to go.
Do you think he could blow a tire?
I think he's capable of taking care of his stuff. I don't think he'll blow a tire. Can somebody blow his tire? Yeah, for sure.
Well, the only reason why I asked is because when we were at Phoenix, we heard a lot of radio traffic about tire wear. Drivers just exchanging information, talking about tire wear, you know, when they got them off, what were they looking at. But we haven't heard too much of it tonight. It seems like everybody's, you know, fairly happy with the good years that they got on there.
Yeah, these high-speed tracks are really tough for Goodyear to bring up proper compounds. And yeah, I think you're right. I think the package they brought here this weekend has been doing a good job.
So, you know, one racer we didn't have out there tonight was Edge, driver of the 72 car.
Yeah, he hasn't. I don't know what's going on with him, but he decided not to come in. I don't know if it was out of protest that Calvin wasn't here, but yeah, no 72 on the track.
Yeah, no 72 on the track. You know, I don't know if he was getting a little bit nervous. You know, I don't know.
I'm sure Martinsville he'll show us some stuff.
Yeah, he's gonna show up at Martinsville.
He does like those short tracks.
Yeah, and caution's out.
Caution is out.
So Ricky Goodman looks like he's pitting. Not seeing who brought out that caution just yet.
I do not see it either. Maybe Brian Wynn? No.
So probably not what Sean wanted to see.
Nope. But it will make for an interesting last 10 laps. So here's the question.
I think so too.
You know, this happened at Phoenix last week in the real race. You get a late race caution. You're leading the race. You're second place. Are you coming in for your tires or are you staying out?
Oh, I'm coming for 4 fresh ones. I want, even if it costs me positions, because from here on out, I'm running hard. And I would expect all these guys to run hard. And that's why I think it's going to bring out some great racing. But it's also going to get a little hairy, to be quite honest with you. I think I'm going to say it now, we're going to see another caution.
Yeah, and as you say that, we got the leader took the chance to come in and get some tires, but there's guys staying out on worn ass junk tires, so it's gonna be interesting to see what goes on here.
That to me is, I see what they're doing, but again, we have got half the field to lap down. So
you know what? Yeah, those guys are all lap cars, so they might not be as bad as I'm making it out to be.
Yeah, because if anybody stayed out on old tires, they're going to get smoked in the first 2 laps.
Yeah, it looks like most of the field did come down as everyone is getting 4 and coming back out. But there's always going to be one guy. We're going to see one guy decided to get some position. And, you know, it's not a bad strategy as long as you can keep it together on the track. We got 10 laps to go. So by the time we go back to green, we're talking 6, 7 laps.
Yeah, and that's why, well, boy, if we get another caution here, I think it's going to be one of those things that it would have to be in the first lap, because I don't think if they go more than 2, I think it may get real close to ending under yellow there.
So I have Thomas Keane coming out ahead of the 919 of Sean Butler.
What was that?
Thomas Keane comes out ahead of Sean Butler after that pit stop.
Yeah, and you know, those two were just all over each other. And Thomas Keane, he's fast on new tires. I think he may even, I'd go out and say between him and DJ Anderson, they're both fast on fresh tires. Maybe a little bit faster than Sean. I don't know. And I don't think Sean was babying it the last time around, you know, just to kind of hang out. So
no, we'll see what happens. We could see a guy spin the tires on launch, but you know, Thomas is going to have lane selection here, so I assume he's going to take the outside line, but who knows?
The worst case scenario is those 3 battle, get into each other, and take out the whole field. So
yeah, I wouldn't rule it out.
I wouldn't either. You know, I'm just looking at the lineup here as we get the cars reset, and you know, we got Thomas Keane running in first, Sean Butler in second, DJ Anderson in third, Jason Wells in fourth, Mark Bratcher fifth, Skeleton in sixth, Howard Jr. in seventh, who we haven't talked a whole lot about tonight. You know, he's in the spot that he started the race in, so he's sitting pretty. Mitch Muma, he's up 13 spots in eighth. Will Long and Dan Vigeland all rounding out the top 10. You know, the one couple things to note there is you got James Skeleton up 22 positions from where he started out at. Mark Bratcher up 8 positions, and Mitch Muma up 13. So we got some big movers and shakers going on right now, but you know, everybody's going to lay it on the line, and I think this restart's going to be a real interesting one.
And just to point out, Thomas Keane did take 2 tires that last stop, as well as the 946 of Mark Bratcher. They both took 2 tires and were able to use that pit stop to their advantage. Now, hopefully, you know, 2 tires is good enough to get you up to speed and maybe hold off for a win here. It's a great strategy.
So here's the thing. I think the advantage is DJ Anderson. I think DJ is going to capitalize on this.
He's definitely got an opportunity starting on the inside of that second row. You know, wide track, he can jump down and make it 3 wide if he has to. If these guys, you know, fight it up into turn 1, he can jump low and maybe make a pass on exit.
So you're not just going to hand the win over to Sean Butler right now? That's what I'm hearing.
No, not yet.
No, I wouldn't either. In fact, honestly, I'm not. Don't get me wrong. You want to be up front, but I think these guys that are running third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, they're the ones that are really in the catbird seat right now.
Well, they got nothing to lose. 2 laps ago they were 20 seconds behind the leader, so right now, definitely nothing to lose.
So I'm expecting the restart to be really tight. I think you're gonna see a lot of cars just right on top of each other, and you think there's gonna be a little pushing down the straightaway going into one.
If there is, they got to be super careful, man. Your car's loose enough on exit as it is. Pushing can make you tight going on entry, so it could be, but I don't think Sean wants to be pushed on entry here. And it looks like the 929 elected for the inside row.
I think it's so funny because these guys they're jockeying for position right here as we get ready to have the pace car come in and get ready to go to green.
Nice tight field, all lined up. It's going to be a great restart.
Green flag.
Top 4 cars really bunched up. Great start from the first row. Both cars get off to a good start. 4 wide, and that's going to bring out that wreck.
There comes the wreck. Yeah, we'll have to go back and see what started that one. I hear Corey Wharton on the radio saying it was netcode, but check that out.
Yeah, I don't see any netcode on the replay. Let's take another quick look at it. Yeah, Corey just
takes a right.
Yeah, takes a right into the field, and woo! Let's see if we can ride on board with that one.
Yeah, he's we'll wait to hear about it after the race, but he's the driver's claiming netcode. I'm not sure I'm buying it.
Yeah, I would claim netcode on that one too. He gets a pretty good start. Goes down on the inside to make the pass. He can't make a pass before the start-finish line on the inside anyways, so not sure what he's trying, and then just, maybe a questionable call there by the 999, but I don't know if we're going to get back to green. We might get a shootout, a little 3-lap shootout as we go back to green here. Now, it looks like Thomas was still out when the caution came out because he's still got that first place position. Sean Butler second, DJ Anderson third. So we're going to do it again.
Awesome.
So
yeah,
now
that wrecked actually. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say now we're not pitting. Now we're just staying out. We got what we got.
Yeah, and that wreck actually took out, I believe, Dan Vigeland out of the race. He might have used his quick repair earlier and saved it now for this caution, and then got tore up. So I think he's done for this evening.
You watching replays?
Yeah. It's,
So that 2-tire stop now might have been the smartest call of the race here. If he can stay out in front of the 919 and another caution comes out, that would have been the call that wins the race.
yeah, a lot of good radio traffic going on the radio. Let's just put it at that.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. By who? The 999?
Oh yeah, the 999 and the 925 are discussing it. Probably don't want to go into too many of the details, but one is claiming net code, and the other one is saying no, you took a right hand, and
Yeah, we'll look at it later. That's I don't know if you're
yeah, no,
in that chat, but you can shut it down.
yeah, no need to speculate. You will the guys will go back to the hauler and take a look at the review and see what really happened.
Yeah, for sure. Anything that we say on the broadcast is just us having fun. We'll take a close look at it. We got a lot of cameras on the track. We can determine, without a reasonable doubt, what the issue was, and we'll go from there. But we hate seeing cautions. We got to make sure that people, you know, keep your stuff together, especially this late in the race. But everyone's trying to make moves to, gain as many positions as we can in the last number of laps. So that's expected, but we don't like seeing incidents because of it.
Yeah, so I think as the the pace car goes across the start finish line here, looks like the lights are gonna go off.
So we're gonna have two laps to go coming back. So it's gonna be a green, white checkered, so to speak.
Hang on, we're not going green, not going green.
Apparently, we're not going green.
Yeah, it looks like they're extending the caution here for some reason. I don't know if the cars weren't lined up right or what. It's just gonna make even more more drama, if you will, with only a couple more laps.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, as long as there's reason to delay a caution, that's fine. But uh, I wouldn't delay it again. In reality, probably doesn't matter. I don't think we're gonna go back green to checker here. We'll see what happens.
I'd like to see it go green.
I'd love
I
to
wouldn't
see
know
it.
why. Yeah, I would be a little perturbed if we don't see it go back green here. It's they've had plenty of laps now under caution, but I think that what worries me is that it threw the caution with on this last one when it should have been. We should be going green right here. Moment of truth.
Hopefully the lights go off. And they're off.
Oh, this is going to be nasty.
So we are going to get a green and white, then checker.
Uh, I think we got even some of these cars on the lead lap. Some damage.
Yeah, there's definitely lots of damaged cars here. Nobody wants to come in and lose any position. They just want to hold on to the end of the race.
Well, let's see if they can make it past turn one.
Been a great
I'd
race
be
so
ha-
far, man. I think the guys are going to finish it out with a little bit of action.
I wouldn't mind seeing it on the last lap. I don't want to see it with the with one to go.
Well, this will be one to go, I believe.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag
Green
is
flag.
out. It did make it a green-white checkered.
A lot of guys spinning their tires there. Good run.
3
Sean
wide
Butler.
mid-pack here. This is the last lap. 4 wide in turn 1. James is going to get into Mark Bratcher. Is going to put him in the wall.
And they're not done wrecking back there.
No caution.
No caution. They're going to race it out. Butler
Butler
over.
going in. If he can make it stick.
Getting bumped by DJ. DJ to
Thomas
the
is going to look
outside.
on the inside here. He's going to look on the inside. Crossover move coming back. Gets loose. Saves it. Race to the checkered. Sean takes it. What a crazy finish.
Man, what a crazy finish.
I don't have him winning. I don't know. Did a caution come out?
No, I have Sean Butler winning.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. My overlays don't have him winning.
His gap of winning was by .07.
That's interesting. Maybe it's just
Close.
my overlays.
Yeah, close finishes in NASCAR, close finishes in NAVSCAR.
Yeah, look at that. So my overlays, that close finish killed my overlays. It's not showing the right results here. We got the right results up on the screen here. You can see Sean Butler, first place. Thomas Keane, second place. David Howard Jr., third place. Joshua Buckley, fourth place. DJ Anderson, fifth place.
Oh, burnout here by Sean Butler. Tearing it up. Punches his ticket into the chase.
Let's go ahead and bring him down for his post-race interview.
I thought we would want to check that wreck before we did that.
All right, let's go ahead and check that wreck.
Yeah, because that was between Bratcher and Skeleton, and definitely a lot of radio traffic when it occurred, obviously. But yeah, let's go back and check it out. We'll give Sean a minute to burn it down.
I'm going to look here and see if I can find it. We can see right there, Skeleton 4 wide into turn 1, just beating and banging. Mark, you know, these guys are bouncing off each other full ride, and James just unfortunately gets the crappy end of the stick, so to speak, and it's just going to ruin his night. But just crazy 4 wide racing. Let's go ahead and bring our winner down. Jamie, can you grab him for me?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just checking there, but it looks like Bratcher had a little help there by the 998. But let's pull him down here real quick. Give me 1 second. Sean Butler, Jamie Christensen, Mike Fair up in the booth. How's it going tonight after that crazy win?
Hey guys, yeah, that was an awesome race. I hated to see that caution, but man, I didn't think I was gonna get it going into one. It was crazy. Man, what an awesome win.
Yeah, what a crazy final lap, man. Like, you guys racing so hard there. No caution comes out, and it allows you to race back to the start-finish line. Caution comes out there, man. You're in second place, and you took the opportunity to race into hard into 3 and was able to hold them off by .071 seconds. Crazy finish.
Yeah, just the way the pit stops worked out. I just kind of got away from everybody, and I was just kind of out there on cruise control. And man, that caution come out. I'm like, great. And then to have that, it's just weird. It just stayed caution, and it delayed the caution one more time. So we went down to 1 to green. I'm like, great. Now I'm gonna be just in trouble, but it all worked out.
Yeah, and they didn't take it easy on you either. I mean, we've seen a lot of bumping and banging in 3 and 4, and especially going into 3. That was crazy. I mean, it kind of reminded me of watching Harvick there. in the NASCAR race. It was pretty crazy. But yeah, you were putting them down tonight. Left and right. You had a good run, and man, that caution really made things interesting. We weren't sure we were going to get a green-white checkered.
Yeah, that was definitely made the end a lot more interesting for people viewing and everything. Yeah, Keen's a hell of a driver, and he put a good block there. I thought it was almost a little bit too aggressive. I thought he was gonna wreck us both there when it first happened, but he was able to hold on to it. And then I don't know how the heck he got that run off in the middle of 3 and 4, and I thought I was gonna lose it right there, but then he got loose too. I got real tight, and then he got loose, so it kind of just all worked out.
Yeah.
Just so you know, your margin of victory was .071.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm pretty sure that's
I
the
knew it was
closest
close.
race we've had. So, man, you were leading the whole race. You had a 3-second gap, 3.5-second gap at one point. So, it was good to see you be able to take home that win and secure your ticket into the chase. But we had some great racing there at the end. We couldn't work out better for us as broadcasters. Good show.
I do have to ask you, though, real quick, though, Sean. Next week, Martinsville. 35 cars on the track or more. Your thoughts?
Well, I think if we thought we had a lot of cautions at Phoenix, then I honestly think you could probably stay out that almost the entire race, and because you
No
almost
pit
could have
stop?
done it. Almost could have done it at Phoenix. I kind of should have probably stayed out at the end last week. I might have been able to win or at least challenge for it, but I honestly didn't think I had anything. He had a little bit fresher tires, and I thought more people would pit with me to try it since he didn't pit, and then to come out 17th, I knew there's no way to get back to the front. So
You almost did. You had some pretty good running up the field last week, so I'm glad we got you on here to talk about it. But it was fun to watch too.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was just it was frustrating that I had 5 or 6 really messed up cars in front of me, so it kind of got me checked up for 2 or 3 laps. I couldn't just get going. I had to weave and pick my way through all that, and then I finally get up in there, and it was just too far back. So
last quick question. Yeah, last quick question for you, Sean. You want to start in the front, or you want to start in the back at Martinsville?
Oh, of course I want to be at the front, man. I don't want to be anywhere near the middle or the back of that pack. I'd rather be on the front row. It's just one of those weird things that you could be on the front row though, and have somebody come sliding in behind you or knock somebody that's behind. It could be a chain reaction. 3 cars back, you get hit, and it could push everyone up and right into you. So I don't know. It should be interesting. I think we have next week off, so maybe we should run a practice race next week for that, just to try to get people used to it. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be a good idea for sure.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a caution fest, and it's going to be unfortunately, I think that's what it's going to be. It's even smaller, tighter track and corners, and it's not going to be pretty.
Well, thanks and congratulations again for your first win here this season, and we look forward to seeing more from you as the season goes on.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys up here in the booth. Been watching races all season, and you guys doing a good job. Give a shout out to my teammates over at IFM. It's awesome to get the first win for us, and David's a little frustrated, but we'll persevere and overcome this. And we've had some bad luck in the first few races here, and starting to turn around.
Good on you, man. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yep. See you guys later.
See ya.
All right, let's bring down second place. Thomas Keene, first race with the series. He's coming down to the booth. Thomas, second place finish, man. Quite a show there on the last 2 corners. Fighting for a win, holding the car together. Closest race I think we've ever had here. Tell us about your race, man.
It was good the first, let's say, 50, 60 laps. I just tried to go conservative, and then that second run there after we made that green flag pit stops, I just tried, give it a little bit more effort. And then, no offense to Jack, but I think, him battling me a lot for some reason. I don't know why he was. I guess it was because it's the first car lap down. He wanted to make sure he stayed like that. I guess him just trying to stay on the first car lap down really affected me a little bit how I used up my tires, and I should have just let him go and caught up to him whenever I did. So I gotta take blame on my fault there for eating up the tires a little bit. I got into the wall there, but we made a good recovery. Used that one free reset, and then I was really down. I was really thinking about taking 4 there, and at the last second I said 2 because I saw that I could maybe have a chance coming out first there, and then I was happy when we got that first caution because I was banking on cautions because I knew no way I could hold Butler off for 3-4 laps. And then when we got that delay of green, I knew that was kind of over unless I could just block, which I tried to do in the backstretch, and I didn't want to wreck me and Butler, so I just gave him the inside, hoping he would slide up. And getting off turn 4, I just gassed it a little too early. I felt like if I didn't gas it too early, I didn't get loose, and I had that same run. I think it would be me on victory lane right now, but just to come back from hitting the wall there and coming to finish second my first race with you guys, it's definitely something to not put your head down about, and we'll come out here in 2 weeks at Martinsville and see if we can improve one position better.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you had great restarts all night, and from the beginning of the race to even to a couple in the middle, or that one in the middle, you had great restarts. And going back when you watch the broadcast, you'll hear me talking with Mike about it. I put my money on you actually, because on the previous restarts, Sean would get off well, and we even see you on this last one. You took a lower line. You really hugged that white line. So there wasn't any air. You weren't side drafting, is what I'm getting at, and you were actually, had more speed going into one. You were really good on those restarts.
Yeah, I mean, to tell you the honest truth, I think that was something that helped me out a lot to get the lead there early in the race, and I noticed throughout pretty much I want to say a good chunk of the race, especially when me and Butler were on the same tires. I was probably a little bit better in 1 and 2 than Butler, but Butler, I don't know how, but I just couldn't get 3 and 4. He and DJ, they just gripped and got 3 and 4. I just couldn't, and I was happy to stay with them and throughout that first and second round there until I hit the wall. But definitely about the restarts, yeah. Butler, I guess him not getting those good restarts did help me there, especially on that last restart there. Helped me stay in the lead off of turn 2 there, and then he just had a great run off turn 2. And but I definitely have to give it to Butler. Me and him raced very hard, very clean with each other. We've had some great racing over there at Red Light. We had a photo finish last week at Phoenix. So me and him will race each other very hard but clean, and it's always a pleasure racing Butler. He's one heck of a great racer, and he's tough, but I'm glad I can stay up with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody you want to give a quick shout out to real quick while you got a moment?
I just want to thank my good Lord, God, and Savior, Jesus Christ. Thank you for everything. I can't get through the day without him. And I want to thank my good teammates. They're not in this league, but, they always good friends of mine over there at Checkers or Wreckers. I want to thank Sean Butler, DJ, and, everyone there in the top 5. That was some great racing. I know Butler and DJ raced me clean. I appreciate them. I appreciate, you guys putting on the race. Appreciate you guys here in the booth. Great job. I've been watching a few of you guys races. Good job as always. And I just want to also give one great shout out to my parents. I know they're watching tonight, and I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And that's pretty much it. And we'll try to go get them at Martinsville in 2 weeks.
All right, man. We'll see you then. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys. God bless you guys. Thank you.
All right, third place, David Howard Jr. David, crazy race. Pretty good stretch of 2 green flag cautions and some battling for that last couple laps. Tell us about your race, man.
It was a long race, guys. I felt like I had a 5th to 10th place car all night, and should have ran there. I just got lucky at the end to finish 3rd, man. I'm pretty frustrated with the way I ran, to be honest with you.
Well, I was at the beginning of the race, where we have the battle of the booth. It was between you and a couple other drivers, and now I'm thinking maybe I should have gone back with David Howard Jr. But with that being said, it was kind of a long race. The field did spread out, but you had traffic no matter where you were at during the race. I mean, did that kind of play into some of these things where people were bunched up kind of more in the mid part of the pack?
Yeah, I just for whatever reason, man, I've done a lot of testing this week and felt like I had this track down pretty well. It's one of my favorite tracks, and man, when I get around other cars, it just drove totally different. It was really, really loose. Whether you were, just one car in front of you or a whole pack, it didn't seem to matter. It was pretty loose, but like I said, I thought I had gained a lot this week and gotten better and didn't, so I'm pretty frustrated with it. I know it's kind of crazy for a third place finish, man, but third's as good as 43rd to me, man. If it's not a win, I don't really care for it,
Hey, man, that's that attitude that I like to see in drivers, always looking to improve, and you're always doing well week to week. Third place is third place, you're right, but next week or next 2 weeks from now we're going to Martinsville. You have an opportunity there, and there's still tons of opportunity to secure your ticket. I'm sure we're going to see you battling in the chase at the end of the season.
Man, I certainly hope so, man. You guys do an awesome job of putting this on. That'd be fun to be in that show.
Yeah, absolutely. And I not to belabor the conversation anymore, but I think you honestly nailed the nail on the head with that one, David. I mean, testing, I don't know if you were testing with your teammates or not, but it definitely in traffic, we talked about it in the race as well, as the handling is different. You're just carrying more speed in those corners, and it acts a little bit differently. But I'm sure, like Mike said, you're going to get them next time. So you've been up close up front all season, so look forward to seeing you in Victory Lane soon.
Yeah, man, I certainly hope so, guys. If you don't mind, I'm going to throw a shout out here. I got a beautiful wife that lets me do this, and daughter that follow me along, and lots of great friends and family that watch me do this, and for them to come out and watch me do my hobby is a pretty cool thing, So I got to send a shout out to Terry, Shannon, Jeff, my buddy Logan, any of those guys that watch, and then give a big shout out to my teammates. Glad Sean got IFM our first win this season. That was pretty cool. Give you guys a shout out, man. Jamie, Mike, all you guys do best in the business as far as I'm concerned. Thank you, guys.
Awesome, man. Well,
Thanks a lot.
We'll see you in a couple weeks, buddy.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Wow. Great race, great finish, exciting one. Love seeing a race like that. I'm really impressed with what these guys were able to do, watching practice and watching these guys struggle, but they were able to get it all together, and they gave us an entertaining race, and I love seeing that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it makes for a great race, especially when you can get a finish like that, like what you're saying. And, I just think it speaks volumes. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if you go back and look at the line of sight with this race, how many green flag laps did we have? I mean, these guys ran excellent tonight. And when you get down to 10 or less, you're going to have those cautions. It's just going to happen.
Oh, yeah, man. You got to expect it. There's two modes of racing. We got to get to the finish, and then when we're at the finish, man, we got to win. So I don't expect anything less from these guys, and I wouldn't ask for anything less, man. I think these guys did a great job, and we saw some exciting racing right down to the end. I can't fault the guy for going 4 wide on the last lap to possibly win a race. So don't mind seeing it, and I look forward to seeing more races like tonight in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And in 2 weeks, we should have we'll have our partner in crime here, Dustin Phillips, back in the booth, and be good to have all 3 of us back. But not sure if he's going to be racing or not, so we'll have to iron out those details a little bit later on. But excited to head to Martinsville in a couple weeks.
I want to take the time to thank all of our viewers, man. We love having you here. We love chatting with you in the chat, and we're going to continue to bringing you exciting races and hopefully some extra segments and some improvements to the broadcast as we go along. If you could all do me a favor, man, click like, give us a like on YouTube, subscribe, and we'll hopefully get better as we go. For Dustin Phillips, Jamie Christensen, I'm Mike Fair. We'll see you next week, or 2 weeks in Martinsville.